Welcome to the bold analysis. Never again will we use the police to do politics. These were the words of William Ruto sometime last year. And true to that, we've seen some sort of difference. But things are just changing. The more time change, the more things are just changing. Or the more times change, the more things remain the same. You know, Maina Ngenga surrendered himself today in Nakuru Law Court. And he surrendered himself because he got intel that police were looking for him. The police are saying that they did a search on his home and got some consignment of bangi, you know. The search was conducted on 12th May, Friday, a day to the burial of Mukami. I analyzed that video in this channel. And that search was done across his homes in Nairobi, Laikipia, and I was also told Nakuru. We analyzed it and it was all over in the media, but police declined that we never did a search on Maina Ngenga's home. Police said, no, we never did a search on Maina Ngenga's home. They declined. That is, if you check the star, you will find, you know, for us here, our cutaway here, our red line here is that we just keep it to be very factual. But then, today, he was arrested. He was in court. He surrendered himself. The police were looking for him that during that search, you got 90 bags, some, you know, kg bags of bang. Okay. If the search was conducted on 12th May, then why an arrest is coming? Today is 24th. What was happening within the 10 days? If you get something in my house and you think it is something suspicious and you want to probe it, so I think if you get it, Maina Ngenga was supposed to be summoned the next day or even the very day to explain about it. Wajinga waliisha Kenya jamani, you know. Kwambia ile mchezo iko huko. Now, that is what we were told that is happened. Now, Maina Ngenga's political activities have not been so friendly to the Mount Kenya team, the Rigathi-Uhuru camp. They have not been so much comfortable with him because apart from the fact that he's trying to cut a niche with the Mount Kenya youth, he's also having very close ties with the Uhuru family and also Raila Odinga. Around that home search that was highly denied by the security officers, there were rumors that he was to be stopped, or rather it was to block him from attending Mukami's burial, Mama Mukami's burial. But when they went to that burial, he went with Raila Odinga. He arrived there with Raila Odinga, Maina Ngenga, Raila Odinga, with the Mongi area and the other people that were in Raila Odinga's itinerary. So it is true that he's been so close to Raila Odinga, and it is also true that he is a threat. The discussion about Mau Mau, he is really at the center of it. And again, Mount Kenya is very delicate for the current juvenile politicians there. It is very delicate for them because the government is not being felt on ground. While the UD administration pledged themselves they got power through pledges. You know, they promised in every premise. Someone said there was a promise in every pronouncement. Every pronouncement was a promise. And then there's a promise in every premise. So there is some silent backlash that is going on because people are not seeing what they felt. And if you think I'm getting it wrong, look at, just try to sample the social media clips that are trending. Those who are, and I don't know whether it is by coincidence, that the rest of the country are not talking, are not so much in it. You will see that the supporters of William Ruto from the mountain and those also from the rift are the ones that are leading the riot against this administration. They're the ones that they are really complaining, saying about this, about that. There is a gentleman that have been trending, I think from Kericho and some other, you see, bump on a couple of the videos for people from the mountain. I don't know that it's a coordinated thing, but of course, I want to believe that the message is there, irrespective of whether there is an author behind it. And so, Maina Ngenga arrest is not something that is taken lightly, and you cannot wish away the fact that there could be a deeper hand in it. Because for me, I'm not an expert, I'm not a lawyer, and maybe a lawyer here should help me understand. If a search is done in my house, and I would really want to get this, if someone conducts a search in my house in my absence and takes something, gets something, and maybe says, for example, I got this X amount of money, then goes to the police station and calls me telling me that, look here, bro, I got this in your house. Where do I stand to believe, to accept? What is the evidence that it came to my house? At what point do you draw the line? Because what stops me from saying, I don't know where you got it. You didn't get it from your house. And for you to show, and I know, you know, this story is a very big smoke screen. This is it. If indeed someone would have gotten a banging in his house during that search, do you think, and the intention was to shamefaced Maina Ngenga, then what I would have expected, what would have happened, is that immediately that search is done, you come close, you call media and say, hi guys, it is true, because the information was all over in social media. It is true the very day, because they said the search was done in the morning, early morning. Then you take ownership and say, yes, it is true that we did a search in the house of so and so, and this, what we are holding here, is what we got in his house. You know, I'm just thinking that way, because if that is the intention, you would have called media immediately and show. I normally see that in some, when people surrender guns, sometimes when police seize maybe a consignment of some illicit stuff, they normally call the media and they show the media that, look here, these are 10 pieces of ammunition, that these are 10 consignments of ammunition that we've collected or we've seized from XYZ, to show the country that we've done it, indeed it's true, and it's in clean bin. So even that, you gain the trust. How do you want the nation to take not to believe that Maina Ngenga's trouble is not a state thing, if it was not done immediately? What is the coincidence? I don't know. I'm just a critic of this. I am not binding. From the story, from that story, it just looks like a scheme to profile him negatively. Yes. You know, it works. Those who are thinking maybe also know that it works well it can work for him, because who knows? Why not? You know, he was in charge of, he was ex-Mugiki leader. Yes, he was ex-Mugiki leader. And maybe people know and people think that, you know, when we say this about him, the nation shall gonna believe and push it off. Is it about the country? I don't think he has such a big profile. I don't think he has such a big profile, a national profile, that someone will be, it will be about the Mount Kenya. His direct link with Raila Odinga is a thorny issue for Rigathi-Gachagua. And the reason why he can be suppressed is that I think the Rigathi team are trying, and they are really putting up all the nets to make sure that they can block Raila Odinga's entry to Mount Kenya. So he serves as a route that Raila can use to enter Mount Kenya. And that is partly why he's also being sought out, that all these stories are coming. It could be about the Mount Kenya question. So I don't really take up the stories of the bang and this and the charges. Doesn't make sense. What it will be more than, there is more than what catches the eye. Maina Ngenga comes from Laikipia, and Laikipia has become a very difficult place for Raila, for Rigathi-Gachagua, even these Mount Kenya people. It has become very challenging. Mwangi Kiunjuri is very slippery, and Rigathi-Uhuru, having got the position of CAS, she's not on ground. And so the only person, the people that are needed are the other politicians who are very young politicians who may not be. The only senior politician that will be vocal and will be the point person in Laikipia will be Mwangi Kiunjuri. You know, Nyeri is Rigathi, sorted to Rigathi, and Murang'a, Nyoro is emerging, maybe, in Kiambu, I'm not sure. But it could also be about Laikipia factor, that they also want to lock him out of the Laikipia question. It borders intimidation. I don't know how you look at it, but that is my position. It borders sort of some intimidation. The arrest aren't, but then he surrendered himself. He was not arrested. He surrendered himself after learning that he was on police radar. Ladies and gentlemen, that's my take. I'm ending here with a video about Mzee Ruben. But before that, I want to urge you that if you are staying in any part of this world and you are interested in Kenyan flour, be it West Africa, America, Germany, US, Canada, you are interested in fresh Kenyan flour, then I got you sorted through the Jay's Flowers Limited. This is a certified cream, this is a certified and trusted company that is currently based here in Kenya, in Jomo Kenyatta International Airport. And they are currently working with 7 continents across the world. They will help you, number one, to get fresh flour from the farm. Number two, in your country of origin. I know that exportation of such, you really need to trust, because you are also working with the high profile companies. So you need a company that you can trust. So consider Jay's Flowers Limited for this. If you have a friend somewhere, this is the best way to sell the Kenyan flour. Sell the Kenyan flour through the Jay's Flowers Limited, and contact them here. +254 94 +254 989. What am I saying? Contact them here. +254 733 94954. We say Jay's Flowers Limited. This is the home of quality flowers. And thank you very much for watching our podcast.
Hi guys, so this is Tuesday in the morning. I am here under Bolt Charity. This is Ruben. So we came here just to fact check and know what has happened. I've just spoken to the clinical officer in charge and the caregiver, and I've confirmed the Kwanza alifanyiwa surgery on Friday. And after Friday, he developed some complications, so he was also put on oxygen, and also transfusion was done. But as you can see, he is recuperating well, and we are really praying that he's going to make it. The surgery was successful as of the report that I received, even though he's not still strong. So we want to say thank you very much for supporting this family. we are also going to do a cash transfer to support the rest of it that is needed, because we've been told we can only survive on fluids and fruits. And I believe, and I want to say thank you very much for this. This was a very short notice. We did the 2 days fundraiser, and I'm just so grateful that we really supported Mzee, even in his advanced age, and may God bless you in a special way. I want us also to get a soundbite from the caregiver, who is also the wife. Mama Rachel is going to talk to us about this. Here's a comment. Mama Rachel, now over to you.
Okay, thank you very much. I'm Rachel Shiramu. I like to be in Mary Shiramu. I thank you very much for your total support. I thank you for you have brought this far. You are really financially down, but your hand has really blessed us at a good level. Thank you, and may God bless you abundantly, and may you continue helping other people who are in need, and God will lift you up. Thank you very much, and may God bless you.